Last night, I logged into my Amazon account and I was absolutely shocked at what I saw. For one of my products, Amazon was quoting a storage fee estimate of over £2,500. And this completely shocked me because the product in question, I only have 100 units of it currently in stock, and the product itself is no bigger than the size of my fist. So I knew something was amiss. Now, I was really shocked because I could see that my storage charges were going to be raised significantly. So I looked into it and I found that Amazon, I don't know how, I don't know why, they had changed the dimensions of my product, and the dimensions that they had within the listing were now 5 or 6 times bigger than what the actual reality was, which meant that my storage fees, my fulfillment fees were massively inflated. Now, luckily, I managed to catch this before too much damage had been done, but I thought it would make a huge amount of sense to basically do a video on the topic of Amazon fees to walk you guys through how to calculate your referral fee, your fulfillment fee, and your storage fee, which are the main fees that you are going to incur if you are to sell with Amazon FBA. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to calculate those so you can see whether you are being ripped off or not, like I was about to be. Now, we're going to be walking through my FBA calculator as well, which is something that I have previously provided you guys. I will put a link for everything discussed in this video in the comment box below. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first fee that we're going to run through is the referral fee, and this is simply Amazon's commission for allowing you to make a sale on their website. Now, the referral fee is quite simply calculated by multiplying the actual referral percentage by the sales price, and that sales price is inclusive of VAT. So the total amount that you charge the customer, that amount is what is used when determining what the referral fee is. Now, referral fees basically vary from category to category. This is the site that you should go on, the webpage of Amazon's fee schedule that you should visit in order to find out what the referral fee is. And you can see as we scroll down that the percentage varies according to the sales price and the category. Now, at the time of filming, it is April 2021, and Amazon just this morning actually announced updates to the referral fee system. So basically saying some categories will now have higher rates and very, very few will have lower. None of mine, unfortunately. But the first thing that you guys should do when you're verifying whether a product is profitable or verifying whether Amazon are charging you the right amount is to visit this page here and to find the category that you currently sell in. So let's say, for example, just for the benefit of this video, that I sell in health and personal care and the sales price is more than £10. Well, this is what I would look at, 15.3%. So what I'm going to do is come into my profit calculator here, and I am just simply going to click here where it says referral fee, and I'm going to type in 15.3%, and we're going to calculate basically what all the fees are and then compare them to what Amazon are actually charging us. So that is the first type of fee that you are going to encounter as an Amazon FBA seller. Now, the next fee that you're going to come across as an Amazon FBA seller is the fulfillment fee. And this quite simply is the fee that you pay to Amazon for picking, packing, and posting your product. Now, this is calculated based on the size and dimensions and weight of your product that you're selling rather than the actual selling price. So it's a flat fee, and obviously the bigger your product is, the more you should expect to pay in terms of the fulfillment fee. Now, in order to calculate this, I would say the first port of call should be to check the Amazon fulfillment fee card, which has actually just been updated. I believe it's just come out today, so I will put a link for that in the description box below. But you can see that here Europe fees valid as of April 2021. So you will need to scroll down to where it says sold on Amazon, standard, size, and oversize. And you will then need to find where your product fits. So you'll need to have the dimensions of your product and you will need to have the weight of your product. And then it is quite simply just a case of finding which category your product sits in. So if we say, well, the thing that we're selling is smaller than 45 by 34 by 26 centimeters, and it weighs less than 2 kilos or between 1.5 and 2 kilos, then the fulfillment fee is going to be £2.90. Now, it's really important to know this, that £2.90 does not include VAT. So you will need to increase the amount that you're paying here by 20% if you are doing it manually, but we are using my calculator, which does it automatically for you. So we've got £2.90 there. And what we're going to do is we are going to load up my calculator, and where it says fulfillment fee, we're going to type in £2.90. Now, if for whatever reason you can't find out the dimensions of your product or the weight, or you're too early in your journey to be getting that information from a supplier, then there is an alternative solution. So you can find a very similar product on Amazon just by simply searching for the product and finding something that has the realistically it has the same size and dimensions as your product, and you can then get a fee estimate. So for this example, we're going to use my beloved posture corrector as the kind of like indicator for what the fee is going to be. We're going to load it up, and then we are either going to scroll down to where it says additional information. If I can actually find it here, sorry, it says product details. And we are going to copy this code here, the ASIN, which is basically Amazon's identification number for the product. So we're going to copy that like that, or alternatively, you can just simply copy it in the URL. It's there. And you are then going to load up the Amazon FBA fee calculator. So we're going to paste that in like that. We're going to press search and the product is going to load. You can then type in the sales price, so what you're expecting to sell your product for. So let's just say £20, and then we'll press calculate. And then what this is going to do is it is going to load the referral fee estimate and the fulfillment fee estimate. So we are actually interested in the fulfillment fee estimate here. And you can see that for this product, the fulfillment fee is £2.21. So that is an alternative solution. If you don't know the measurements and weight of the product that you're looking to sell, you can instead look up a competitor and see what fees they are paying. So the final fee that you guys need to be aware of is the storage fee. So how much are you paying Amazon to store your goods in their warehouse? Now this fee is calculated based on the size of the product that you are storing with Amazon. So you are going to need to know the dimensions of that product. Now if we revisit the fee rate card here, and scroll down to the monthly storage fee section on page 4, you can see the charges, and the charges vary based on the time of year and the category, but presuming that we're not selling clothes, shoes or bags, we'll be looking here in the all categories section, and you can see within the UK you will pay 66p per cubic foot, and that's between the months of January and September. And then in October to December, when it's a bit busier, you will pay a higher rate of 93p. So you should be able to calculate your storage fee with that information there if you have the exact dimensions and you're quite good with maths. And when I first saw this, I was kind of thinking, how on earth do you do that? But luckily, you can actually use the Amazon seller fee calculator as well. So what I would do is I would come back to this page here and I would just fill the information out as follows. So estimated monthly units sold with seller fulfillment, I will basically just put how much you are expecting to sell on a monthly basis. This doesn't actually impact what we're looking for, but you do need to fill it out to be able to get the storage cost. So let's just say 500 units. And then for the storage cost, this is what you need to input here, the average inventory units stored. So let's just say, for example, you are hoping to sell 1,000 units, your first order, 1,000 units in 2 months. Then you can put your average inventory units sold or stored, sorry, as 500. So you'll put 500 in there, you'll press calculate, and then you can see that it's coming out very, very cheaply at 3p per unit. So for the purposes of calculating what your profit is, I would come down here and I would type in just 3p here. And then to basically calculate the rest of your profitability, just generally, you can fill this out. Everything else you should know or be able to calculate. But these are the figures that we are most interested in here. £2.90 for the fulfillment fee, £3.06, and then that storage charge of 3p per unit. That will give you a rough idea of how much you should be paying on a monthly basis for storage. And then, of course, adding on VAT. So that is how you calculate what your fees should be. Let's now actually, let me walk through now to show you how you can see what Amazon are actually charging you, so you can see if they are ripping you off. Okay, so the first way to check what fees Amazon are charging you is by simply coming into your inventory page, which is going to be inventory and then manage inventory, and then find the product that you are selling. And you can see here there's a column that says estimated fee per unit sold, and you quite simply click the little button there and it will tell you what the fees are. So we've got referral fee here of £1.83, we've got the fulfillment fee of £2.32, but remember that doesn't include VAT. So you'll need to click to load, and I'm thinking that doesn't actually, that's not included VAT for me because I am VAT registered, but for you guys that should then show the fees including VAT. So what you should do is check that and then compare it to what you've got in the Amazon fee calculator that we just ran through together. And if it's wrong, you need to double check your assumptions. And if you are sure that it is you that is right and Amazon that's wrong, then you need to raise a case with seller support. So that is the first method. The second method, which is probably the more preferable one, is to actually check what Amazon has historically been charging you. So in order to do that, you are going to go into reports, and then you are going to go into payments. And then once that's loaded, you're going to go into transaction view, and then you should be able to see all of the sales that you've made that day. And then you can just quite simply click the number at the end, which is basically the amount that's been transferred into your balance. And then once you've clicked into that, you can see the exact breakdown of the charges that have been made. So we've got commission, which is the referral fee, and we've got the FBA fulfillment fee per unit. So these two figures here should match exactly to the figure that we just got in the profitability calculator. If they are slightly higher, remember that you need to include that VAT, that 20% VAT. So that is how you check the referral fee and the fulfillment fee to make sure that you aren't being ripped off. But the big one to check is the storage one, and this is the one that I was getting charged an absolute fortune for, despite me doing these checks here. So these checks both looked completely fine in terms of the referral fee and the fulfillment fee, but it was the storage fee that was completely wrong. So what you need to do is go into reports and then go into fulfillment by Amazon in the drop down, and then you need to scroll down and go to monthly storage fees here. Once you've clicked that, you then simply go onto event month, and you can click the last month, the month before, like however long you want. And I'm just going to do March 2021, and then I'm going to press request CSV download. Now, once that has downloaded, you will then open it up in Excel, and I'm now going to walk you through the check that you need to do to make sure that everything is as it should be. So this is what the spreadsheet looks like, and yes, it might seem like it is ridiculously complicated, and to be honest, it is. It did take me a good few minutes to kind of get my head around it, but I'm going to show you what the key things to pay attention to are. So in the first column, you're going to have the product name, which obviously I have removed for obvious reasons. Then fulfillment, so this is the fulfillment center, so where the goods are being kept, and then the country, and then it's these three here. So we've got the longest side, the median side, and the shortest side, and this is what you need to pay attention to. You need to make sure that the measurements here match what your understanding of your product is. So this is basically what I did yesterday. I was scrolling down and I could see we've got one that's 11.5 centimeters, which is about right. We've got one that's 8 centimeters. Again, that is about right. And then I saw this here, 32 centimeters by 30 by 25, which is actually is quite big. It's probably bigger than a shoebox, and my product certainly isn't bigger than that. You could probably fit about 15 or 20 of my product into a shoebox. So I knew something was wrong. So if we just put a quick filter on this, just so I can show you what it is that I was looking at. So we can see here, this is the product here. So I saw those measurements there and I saw they were completely off, and that's what kind of worried me. The weight was fine, zero point 0.1. And then you can see here the storage fee is that 66p, which is what matches the fee rate card. So we're all good there. And then here is where you can see the fees. So for 1 month, it might not seem a lot, but I'm used to paying pennies for storage. So just for this product here, so we've got 36 units on average in one fulfillment center. I was being charged £20. And when you add that up with, when you add all of my stock up across all of the different fulfillment centers, that was adding up to a huge amount. And then Amazon was saying, because of the fact that this product took up so much space, I was going to be restricted from sending more in until I could show that my sales levels were picking up for that particular product. So I've basically gone through my storage reports and seen that I've been charged way too much. And obviously, it's Amazon's mistake. I've got no idea where they got those measurements from. So what you need to do, guys, if you think that you are being charged incorrectly, if you're being charged too much, is you need to, unfortunately, get in touch with seller support and let them know. And in my experience so far, they're actually fairly responsive on that, and they will either explain to you why the fee is right, or they will give you an opportunity to have your product remeasured. And that is exactly what I've done. So the process, if you're not familiar with this, is to go into help in your account and then press get support where it says need more help, and then press selling on Amazon, and then just type out the issue that you've got. And then you'll be shown some suggestions or topics that you can choose before it is sent off to Amazon seller support. So exactly what I did, I followed that process, and the option said, do you want us to remeasure the product? And I said, absolutely. And they've now come back and said it will take 5 days to remeasure the product. And if we find that it is wrong, if it's much smaller, then you'll get reimbursed. So I'm not particularly worried about the storage fees, but what I am worried about is this happening again, because this is actually the second time this has happened now. The first time was at Christmas last year, and I got charged like 3 months worth of fees, excess fees unnecessarily. That said, I did get in touch with seller support and they did refund it, but I shouldn't have to do that, right? So that is exactly what you guys need to do. I would really encourage you to use my profitability calculator to basically work out what your fee should be, and also to see whether you are running profitably. And if you do think that you are being charged too much, not too little, too much, then you should get in touch with Amazon seller support, explain why, and they will hopefully reimburse you. So hopefully you found this video useful, guys. I just thought I had to do it, especially when I saw that I'd been charged way too much and I hadn't even noticed it. And I like to think that I'm on top of my numbers. So I thought I'll do a video and I will drill this point home for you. So I do hope that you have found value in it. And please, if you enjoyed this content or anything else to do with Amazon FBA, remember to subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you next time.